Hello, this is Stephen Childs. I'm the author of the World Fairness Agreement. And I'm listening to Jerry Wise. It's a YouTube channel at Jerry Wise. JERRYWISE. He's been helping people that are abused by narcissism for years. And the name of the short is Narcissistic Parents, Healthy Behaviors That Trigger Narcissistic Parents. Narcissistic parents hate self-focused people. So I'm just going to play it.
When you have become self-focused. And again, that's healthy, that's normal. When you become self-focused versus other-focused, it triggers them. You're always supposed to be focusing on them, their inner dialogue, their feelings, their way of thinking. You're not supposed to be thinking about yours and how you feel, what your beliefs are, what your feelings are. You're supposed to ignore all that. And if you start not ignoring all that, that's going to trigger them. You can trigger narcissistic parents when you have become self-focused. And again, that's healthy, that's normal. When you become self-focused versus other-focused.
It's healthy to be self-focused, to take care of yourself and have your own opinion. But if you're around narcissistic people, it's the culture that's narcissistic. It's a worldwide narcissistic network that's ruling the world. And when we try to think about our own opinion on things, it triggers the wannabe God over us, and we're in trouble because we're having our own opinion. So, this war against unfairness continues. It's a war of thought, and it's a God war, a war of whatever power you can find that's got more power than just you alone. So it's groups of people. We have the team fairness idea. Team fairness, I've given it up to team fairness. I give up to team fairness. I can't do it myself. I need help. And so I'm asking for help from the one that has all power, the one that's everything. I don't think it has a mind fundamentally like an earthquake that kills people. There's no mind there, but there's all power, like a volcano. Actually, some of the imagery of Yahweh is a volcano, or Jehovah. And they're saying that this is somebody that's an intelligent being with all power that created everything. And they're describing him like as if he's a volcano of destruction. So, I'm a physicalist, a spiritual atheist. I'm devoted to the one that's all things. That's what is me. So, I think the mind is an emergent function of physicality, and it's therefore physical. We don't know what thoughts are subtle energy. I don't know. It's so subtle, can it even be measured? But in our own mind, it's designed to respond to thought, and it can create any volume on it that it wants. I am entirely unwilling to tolerate telepathic abuse from anyone. I won't do it. I'm in a complete, total war against all those that are doing me wrong. Now, I don't take any action toward them. When I get home, I might imagine cutting their throat. That's as far as the violence ends right there with me. It's not about physical violence, it's about creating thoughts. and documents and videos and talking to people. As another thing that I've noticed is that they will try to convince you to accept a certain degree of disrespect, of abuse. Like they spit toward you while you're driving in your car. They mock like they're spitting at you. And then they're like trying to normalize these kind of offensive behaviors that the majority of the people don't want. We don't want that kind of behavior. We don't want our children seeing that and participating in that kind of thing. So this is based on a consensus of opinion. When you're done wrong, it's you that chooses to decide that you're being done wrong. You're self-focused. So if you start thinking that I'm being done wrong and your family system is narcissistic, which 95% are non-dysfunctional, narcissistic by nature. You know what I mean? You start thinking that I'm being done wrong by somebody in the family, a parent or a sibling, and then it's like, don't disturb the one that the chief number one head of the system. And that would be Lord Almighty if you grew up in a Christian family. But it's also like your mother or your father. And so they might side with the sibling that's doing you wrong, because they want you to learn how to not be self-focused and stop being concerned about people doing you wrong and be concerned about the order in the family. On the other hand, functional families that work right, that work in a positive way, they encourage the people in the system to be self-focused. So we're a group of individuals. We're not enmeshed. We are allowed to be totally ourselves and accepted unconditionally as we are. I had two different conversations with friends yesterday that were very helpful and supportive to me, and I was supportive to them. When you can't communicate with people in your family, they won't allow self-talk, self-focus. They don't allow you to be complaining about the unfairness in the system or in the world. So we create our own family system, our own family group. Talking about the family system, I'm reminded of the family system therapy of Richard Schwartz, that we have parts of us. There's not one single identity to our mind. It's parts. So I'm trying to get a part that I had running every day to go entirely dormant and stop functioning. And it's just in there. If it'll just be in there and shut up and listen, I'll get it home safely, because it's getting itself killed through me. When I do what it wants, I'm going to get myself killed. So it's what it is it's criticizing others. It's always thinking about other people and picking them apart and looking for flaws. And I hate it. I hate how it makes me feel. I catch it in the act, and I nip it off in the bud. I stop it. Just stop it from thinking. Just stop thinking for a minute. So that's what it looks like to your ordinary mind. That's the group of these parts. And by the way, some of the parts are not you. They're manifesting from someone else. Like you might have an imposter that's trying to be you, trying to convince you that it is you. It is not you. It's a different mind. It wants to be the boss over you. And it criticizes everything you do. It's like a narcissist. It'll break you down till you don't have an identity. Then you're in serious need of support. Dissociation happens. I'm bipolar. So bipolar is like part of me that wasn't allowed to be here, that went dormant, but it was part of my real self that wasn't allowed to be around. It like went into the basement and they had it trapped down there through their abuse. And every time it tried to come up, it would get more abuse. So now when I went bipolar, it doesn't care, and it broke free, and it's here. And it's like not going to go away. And so then, because I don't know how to handle that much energy, and because these other minds are going to exploit that, and they're still going to try to defeat it. When my real self shows up, they try more than ever to defeat my real self. And, this applies to everyone. So then I get the telepathic abuse. And they want me to stop being self-focused. They want me to stop it. No. I want them to stop trying to dominate me from within and from without. Like police. Their job's not to dominate the population. They're servants of peace. So when people are doing other people wrong, they stop them with handcuffs if need be. You're not allowed to do other people wrong. I know our judiciary has created laws that don't even approach anywhere near the establishment of justice. They're not about establishing justice. The preamble. In order to create a more perfect union, we need unity. That's what team fairness is. It's about unity. A more perfect union means more powerful, more able to protect itself from enemies to it, from the outside and from the inside. We establish justice. And later we hear it's justice for all. So we want to create an environment that benefits everyone, the common welfare of all the people. So we create this unity to provide for the common welfare of the people. It's we the people that want us protected from unfairness, from injustice. Same thing. We want the right to not be done wrong. That's another way of saying it. And you can see plainly that's not what they're doing. And the founding fathers knew that's not what the people got in power were going to do. They were going to be buttering, they were going to be, there's all kinds of metaphors. They exploit other people to benefit themselves. They were wealthy people that wrote the Constitution. And they know how they are, so I'm human too. That's what I've been telling you, that I have this part of me that would exploit others, put others down for my enjoyment, be superior and dominate the others for my personal enjoyment. wow, I'm a really powerful guy. Yeah, that's what happens to people. And then things happen in your life. Like me, I happen in their life. They don't want me around. I don't want them to exist another minute because they keep abusing people. We're overcrowded as it is. So I pray for them to be removed from the planet today. I had a dream where these higher beings that I'm working with, they knew that I couldn't tolerate so much abuse. And so they said, do you want to destroy everything? Push button A. And I thought, I don't want anybody to have to go through what I'm going through ever again. So I thought about it and I pushed button A. And they know that. And they're telling me that brought about a permanent change in our universe that's unreversible. They're telling me they're close to destroying planet Earth because they don't want people that are abusive to inherit it. If they're not going to stop, if they're not going to join the World Fairness Agreement and practice it, there will be no planet Earth. See if this is true.